What's good, YouTube? This is Delteros, and today I'm going to be doing a fire type Pokemon tier list from Gen 1 to Gen 9. I will only be using final evolutions and forms of those evolutions, assuming they exist. But I am not doing any pre evolutions or middle stages because that would just take too long, and honestly, most of those are bad. Not saying that they all are, but I just don't feel like dealing with it. I just wanted to do the final evolutions. Um, be sure to comment with some future video suggestions. I don't just want to keep spamming tier list videos. I know this gets old. It's getting old making these, but I will probably do one for each type eventually. But today I figured we would start with fire because fire is one of my favorite types of all time. And honestly, when I go through a region, I generally pick the fire starter. But let's see. Let's anyway. Let's get started. Charizard, absolute S tier. Love this design. Ash's Charizard was fantastic in the anime. Every Charizard we've seen in the anime has been fantastic. Even that goofball launch. Um, I mean, it was the Gen 8 Champions protagonist, or Gen 8 Champions Ace. Sorry, not protagonist. Um, as far as its competitive viability, it is not competitive at all. That four times weakness to rock absolutely kills it in singles because stealth rock exists. And honestly, if a rock type breathes in this thing's general direction, it dies. Um, that being said, G Max Charizard did win a championship, I believe. If it didn't win it, it came in second. I can't remember. I think it was the 2022 World Championship. But um, yeah, so that's Charizard. Ninetales. Fantastic design, fantastic lore, just not an overall statistically good Pokemon though. Honestly, its Alolan form is better, but that's not a fire type, so it's not on this list. Um, let's see. I don't know about its competitive viability, but I know it gets drought, so it probably has some rock type Arcanine. Well, it's fire and rock, which is why it's still on this list. Fire and rock is notoriously bad typing. That four times weakness to ground and four times weakness to water just absolutely kills it. So that would make it D or F tier if there was an F tier. But I do like the design and I like Arcanine overall. So that bumped it up to C tier for me. Arcanine, I mean, it's the rock type Arcanine, but better. It gets Intimidate. Um, Before Incineroar, it was the quintessential fire type intimidator. Um, then Incineroar happened and it saw much less use, but usually in formats where Incineroar is not available, it is fantastic. So, ST. Also, peak doggo design. Rapidash, Fire Pump needs to be better. Like, the design is B tier for me because it's just a flaming horse, and there's not really a whole lot that you could screw up on that. But as far as um, the competitive aspect of it, yeah, no, Arcanine is just better in every way. Alolan Marowak, give this thing a thick club and watch it melt Pokemon. Even has a signature move called Shadow Bone. Good. I love the design. I love the lore. It's just I don't really know a whole lot about its competitive results. I don't think it has very many VGC results, if any, and I don't know about its competitive viability in singles because I don't play singles. Blaze Breed Tauros. Peak design. Love the Longhorn Bull. Uh, I really dislike the fact that you can only get this in Scarlet, even if you breed a Blaze Breed Tauros in Violet. But I love the fact that they finally gave Tauros a signature move in Raging Bull that breaks screens. I mean, it's basically just an overall, it's one of the best firefighting types we actually have. Flareon. Solid design. Why did they make it a physical attacker, especially since for the first three generations, fire types were were actually special attackers, straight up. They didn't even have a physical special split until Gen 4, and I don't think it got Flare Blitz until Gen 6. You can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But yeah, no. Overall, this is just a B tier mon. Yes, Flaming River Chicken. No, seriously, I understand this thing's supposed to be a phoenix, and I don't hate it, but that fire flying does do a lot of damage to its credibility. That four times weakness rock. Oof. Um, Ghost Fire is a really good offensive typing. Doesn't do a whole lot defensively. Um, the design, I like the purple flames. I like the lore behind this version of Typhlosion. It's supposed to like lead wayward spirits to the underworld or something. So yeah, I like this version of Typhlosion. But as far as competitive viability, I don't know. Is it still an eruption merchant? Somebody let me know in the comments. Um, Once again, solid design, has some competitive viability because of being an eruption merchant. Uh, but honestly, it's spec exactly like Charizard. At least it doesn't have the four times weakness though. Uh, why do you exist? That is all I can say for a cargo. It could be better, but they just don't care. Houndoom, fantastic design. Fire Dark is very solid typing. It just needed more, so it goes in B tier. Entei, my favorite one of the legendary beasts, but on even though they gave it Sacred Fire, the design is peak. But even though they gave it Sacred Fire, and it can basically be an E-Speed merchant with normal Terra in Gen 9, it's not great. But it does have some showing. I see people on the Gen 9 ladder try to use it, so I respect it. A tier. Yes, Turkey Bird. Cool lore, decent design, love Fire. Um, I think at some point it had an item that it would drop that would heal all your Pokemon if you used it or something. So that was kind of cool. But yeah, love the lore. Tanky. Um, Probably should have fire though, in my opinion, not fire flying. Blaziken. This was the first starter to go to Ubers and singles, that much I do know, and it does have some competitive viability even today. So, and I really like the design. Harrison's Blaziken was great in the Johto finals or Johto league, whatever you want to call it. Um, yeah, that battle with Charizard is still so memorable. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. Camera could have been so much better. It has at least one 4 times weakness to water. It's just not very good. It tried to be, but it's too slow to be good. Poor Cole. Had this been before they gave it drought, I would have said D tier. But as of now, I really like Ash's Cole, and yeah, A tier is actually a good placement for this. Ah, yes. King Crash. Ash's Infernape was peak in the anime. Infernape has had some competitive showing in the past, both in singles and in doubles, I believe. And honestly, if they would give this thing any kind of nepotism buff, it would probably be a god. But I love this design. I love the Wukong reference. Um, Solid B tier Pokemon. Mortar. You tried. Oh, you tried. You failed, but you tried. Who doesn't love the Easy Bake Oven? I mean, it is one of the more competitive Rotom forms. Overheat's a good move. Um, Enough said. Heatran. Hmm. Yes, Fire Steel is kind of a crazy typing. Um, has a lot of competitive showing. Very good mon overall. Love this one. Victini. Don't like this design. Has no competitive showing in VGC because they don't allow mythicals, but it is apparently kind of good in singles, so I guess I'm gonna have to give it a B. Embor. A red-headed stepchild of the firefighting type starters. Nobody wanted this thing. I think Wolfie took it to a championship win or a national win. I can't remember, but overall, it's just not good without the mega. Well, not as good, but I do like the design, especially the shiny. The shiny is peak. The shiny just elevates it to a B. Hate this monkey. Why does this monkey exist? Love this monkey. Um, this monkey needs more love. But solid mon. Chandelier. Of all the things for a ghost to inhabit, I could see a chandelier being a thing, and it's a solid competitive mon. I'm just glad they didn't give it Shadow Tag as its hidden ability. Um, Heatmore. Why do you exist? Walker. Yes, yes. Bugfire. This thing is good mon. Like, even today, this thing has competitive viability in VGC, so can't go wrong with it. Reshiram. Fire Dragon's a great typing. I don't much care for the design. I don't care for the whole truth and ideals thing, but it does have some competitive showing, so there. Uh, Furries are weird. Ear hair furries are weirder. That's all I'm going to say. Talonflame. Love this beard. Wish they had never nerfed it, but I understand why they didn't. Or why they did, rather. Yeah, being able to just brave bird somebody with priority is rather insane. Moving on. So glad they left the freaking female Pyroar off this tier list. B tier for design. Love Mufasa. Love Scar. Um, but kind of mid otherwise. Gets to go in B tier. Actually, no, it's got to go at C tier if it's mid otherwise, doesn't it? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Volcanion, the only fire water type we have. Mythic status. Solid stats overall, but really doesn't have any competitive showings that I'm aware of. But I do like it, and I liked it in the movie because crotchety old man. But yeah, that's that. In general, don't really like the sausage fingers. I'll say it a billion times. One of the best competitive Pokemon of all time. Absolute S ST design. Um, sorry, I think I was Oricorio. I like the concept, but seriously, you should have given this thing more stats. That fire flying thing just makes it bad. You should have given it some kind of way to counteract that nonsense. Huh, they didn't put Tauros on this list. Oh, wait, yeah, it's up here. What am I talking about? I'm an idiot. They just put it over with the Gen 1 Mons. Um, and we already talked about it. Yeah, I love Blaze Breed. Salazzle. I like the thing. I like the I like the fire poison. I like the corrosion ability. It has good stats. It could do a pretty good job of being competitive if anybody actually wanted to try to make it. But like I hate this mon and B specifically because only the female evolve, and guess what? It almost never is when you catch it. Female. Turtonator. Interesting concept, poorly implemented. Enough said. Bucephalon. Yeah, I just don't like this mon. Cinderace. Bro was good enough that they had to nerf Protean and Libero, so he gets a B. I would give him higher, but I don't like this design. Um, Colossal. I love this concept. I love this implementation. Has competitive viability, or at least it had it in the Gigantamax era. But yeah, Steam Engine is great. Um, Centiskorch, another firebug Pokemon, not nearly as prolific as Volcarona, but still a good design. They finally gave Fire Lash to something that deserves it. Um, Skeledirge. Good. Love this one. Very tanky, very good in raids. Song is one of the most broken moves in this game. Just let me get this free attack. Let me get the free special attack boost and damage you at the same time. Thank you. Yeah. A tier design, A tier Pokemon overall. Ooh, Armor Rouge. Yeah, it has a special fire type close combat. If it had better speed, it would probably be a better mon. But I do love the concept that Charcadet evolves into a mon depending on the armor. Like it depends on in it depending on the armor, it evolves into good or evil. So yeah, um, seriously, give Bitter Blade to more mons. Create a version of Bitter Blade that doesn't rely on swords, because we need a better mid-range fire type physical attack. Let's go villain. Um, A tier design. Oh, actually no, this is a B tier design. B tier Pokemon overall, because they tried to do something with this thing, but you can tell this thing was just undercooked. Uh, Pokemon is just bad. I don't know how to put it any better, but it's not like D tier or F tier bad. And Chi-Yu, yeah, this thing is champion material. Enough said. All right, YouTube, that's gonna do it for me. Be sure to leave me some ideas for videos you guys would like to see in the comments, and like, comment, subscribe. Um, I'm out, and remember, don't be me, be better.